Hi everyone, I'm Andy and this is the AI Breakdown. Welcome to your weekly news edition where I'll cover what happened in the AI last week, why it matters, all in less than 10 minutes. Let's start with one of those jaw-dropping funding headlines. Reuters reported that SoftBank has approved the remaining $22.5 billion of its OpenAI investment, completing a $30 billion commitment that was first outlined earlier this year. The approval is contingent on OpenAI completing a corporate restructuring to enable a potential IPO down the line. However you slice it, that's an extraordinary vote of confidence and a reminder of just how capital-intensive frontier AI has become. On the subject of big industrial-scale AI, Anthropic announced it's dramatically expanding its use of Google's TPU chips. The deal could involve up to 1 million TPUs over multiple years, with more than 1 gigawatt of compute capacity coming online from 2026. If the SoftBank news is a funding flex, this is the infrastructure flex. It's also a real signal that Google's TPU stack is a serious alternative to NVIDIA for labs training the largest models, from pure horsepower to what you can actually do with it at work. Microsoft rolled out a wave of new Copilot features, group collaboration for up to 32 people, deeper integrations with Outlook and Google services, better browser actions, a new avatar, and crucially, long-term memory so Copilot can remember your preferences over time. As Microsoft's Ella Steckler put it, it's absolutely essential for a companion to have memory. It naturally picks up on important details and remembers them long after you've had the conversation. This is the steady, unflashy progress that actually changes day-to-day workflows and raises the switching costs for competitors. Speaking of Microsoft and real outcomes, the UK government shared results from a massive NHS pilot. More than 30,000 staff across 90 organisations used Microsoft 365 Copilot and saved, on average, 43 minutes per person per day. That's 5 working weeks a year back for each employee, ultimately helping to improve patient care and reduce costs across the health service. This is the largest healthcare AI trial of its kind globally, and I'd expect health providers and public agencies everywhere to point to this when they make their own business cases. This new system can summarize long email threads, take meeting notes, and streamline workflows, saving an estimated 83,000 hours a month in Teams notes alone, plus another 271,000 hours summarizing emails. That's a serious time saver when you're dealing with more than 10 million emails every month. Darren Hardman, Microsoft's UK and Ireland CEO, summed it up perfectly, saying, "This trial proves the extraordinary potential of AI to transform healthcare. By cutting admin, Microsoft 365 Copilot lets NHS staff redirect hundreds of thousands of hours every month toward patient care, potentially saving millions in the process." For me, this really highlights the potential of AI at scale and the painful truth about how much time we lose to emails. If AI can save us from inbox overload, that alone might qualify as a public health service. OpenAI, meanwhile, made a significant move on data sovereignty. Reuters and the UK government announced that OpenAI is offering UK data residency for paying customers and the public sector, with the Ministry of Justice adopting ChatGPT Enterprise for 2,500 staff after pilots. The UK's Deputy Prime Minister and Lord Chancellor David Lammy said, "New AI tools are already allowing our brilliant probation officers to spend far less time filling out paperwork and far more time face-to-face with offenders, making them less likely to reoffend. But it is not just in our justice system where the government's technology-driven plan for change is improving this country. Our partnership with OpenAI places Britain firmly in the driving seat of the global tech revolution, leading the world in innovation and using technology to deliver fairness and opportunity for every corner of the United Kingdom." OpenAI CEO Sam Altman said, "The number of people using our products in the UK has increased fourfold in the past year. It's exciting to see them using AI to save time, increase productivity, and get more done. Civil servants are using ChatGPT to improve public services, and established firms are reimagining operations. We're proud to continue supporting the UK and the government's AI plan. While this may seem like a small thing, for me, it's a key step to increase adoption here in the UK. For sensitive sectors, regional data residency is often the gating requirement, I'd expect other model providers to follow with more robust residency options. A quick policy stop in India, where Reuters said the government has proposed strict rules to label AI-generated content. We're talking very specific requirements. Visible labels covering at least 10% of on-screen visuals and identifiers in the first 10% of audio playback, plus user declarations and verification systems for platforms. It's precise, it's enforceable, and if it passes, it will force product and UX changes across any platform operating in India. Back to the coalface of logistics. At its delivery and fulfillment showcase, Amazon unveiled new AI-powered smart glasses called the Amelia glasses for drivers with on-lens navigation, barcode scanning and photo capture. Amazon's Vice President of Transportation, Beryl Tomei, said they're testing the glasses at a number of locations with over a dozen delivery service partners and hundreds of drivers across the country. Amazon is the latest tech giant to enter an increasingly crowded field of companies experimenting with wearables, but for now it is a product meant for drivers, not customers. Although Amazon is still experimenting with the product, it plans to eventually make the time-saving smart glasses available to drivers first in North America, then globally. Amazon is also preparing to roll out an artificial intelligence system in its warehouses to manage operations and provide workers with suggestions for improving efficiency. It learns from historical and real-time data across a building to anticipate bottlenecks and keep operations running smoothly. In gaming, Electronic Arts announced a strategic partnership with Stability AI to co-develop generative tools for 3D world building and asset pipelines. EA says this is about speeding up materials, authoring and pre-visualizing environments from prompts. AI as a creative ally, not a replacement. EA's Kalol Mitra put it nicely. The goal is faster iteration and more time for what matters. Stability's CEO Prem Makaraju said they'll embed their 3D research team directly with EA's artists and developers. If you're in film, advertising, or digital twins, keep an eye on the playbook that emerges here. Anthropic also pushed into vertical AI with Claude for life sciences. It's aimed at tasks like literature review, protocol drafting, and data analysis, with early adopters, including pharma names and partners such as 10x Genomics, integrating tools so researchers can access capabilities conversationally. This isn't robots doing wet lab work, it's about augmenting scientists' paperwork and analysis with auditable outputs. Exactly the kind of sector-specific stack that tends to drive immediate ROI. And to wrap, an open letter coordinated by the Future of Life Institute calling for a global prohibition on developing AI superintelligence until there's broad consensus it can be done safely and with strong public buy-in, has more than 800 signatories. Among them are 5 Nobel laureates: Steve Wozniak, a co-founder of Apple, Paolo Benanti, an advisor to the Pope, and even Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Whether you agree or not, this kind of organized pressure shapes legislative agendas and investor sentiment, especially with frontier labs racing ahead. That's all for this week's AI Roundup. If you found value in this breakdown, please leave a rating and hit subscribe. See you next week.